early afternoon, 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm T-Speaker222 with Dogecoin and you, and it's my honor to bring you another update. I'm just putting, I don't know where Litecoin went. Somehow it just got deleted when I was doing this. I must hit the button. But I want to start out with Litecoin, but let's bring this up. If you're new to the channel, what we do here is I cover Ethereum, Matic, ADA, Cardano, Shiba, Doge, and also Litecoin, because they all run off of the same style patterns as the Ethereum network. And most of them are trying to take, Ethereum away from Ethereum. So it's a good way to cover this. It's a good way to do our show. And I really enjoy doing it. So here we go. So let's go into Litecoin first. It's at 111.81. It's one of the ones that has run more than some of the others. It's up 4.8%. It almost feels like it could be ahead of the rest of the pattern. It doesn't look quite done yet. And on Litecoin, we talked about it up here, but it fell off. And then I know some of you guys and gals bought it at $100 or $103 during this W when we were talking down there. And right now it's maintaining integrity. It came down nicely and it's pulled up through this region. So it looks like we could still have a little more damage to do here, especially in the daily. If this is an indicator of what's going on in the daily time frame, now that bearish divergence finished, we could be starting, the early signs of a reversal here. But an excellent day, especially if anybody's on 2 or 3x. On 2x, that's an 8% move, but on 3x, that's 12%. And that I prefer, if you guys are going to leverage trade, 2 to 3x. I like to do 3x. Like with my XDC trade, I'll get into it in a minute, but let's go through this. Because we do have still bear pennants playing out. So if we can't break certain levels on like Bitcoin and some others, it could hinder us a little bit. But the key right now is that was a substantial buy order that came in, at least to keep us from falling below 3,000 again, and it pulled us up, so it wasn't anything more than a wick in higher time frames, which is what's been happening. So we're holding out right now. And here's the thing, all of YouTube is saying we're going to drop, and yes, I understand it, but they're not telling you another key fact. If this, it can fall, yes, it can fall, but you don't sell out yet until this critical support, and I would even call it, give it a little bit of room to work, make sure it breaks this bottom, because there is a chance that we're trying to put in a sneaky bottom here, and when it pulls up, it's going to just surprise people, and they're going to be like, what the hell? I didn't even know we're going to pull up. And that's why right now, if you're in a position, I advise you to stay in the position until this breaks down, because why else are you in a position? So 3,000 is key support, and now we have more of a, and that can play down as a continuation pattern. But sometimes when this happens as well, it becomes liquidity dumps. And if it can't break out, you'll have a little massive, and then it'll come down. So this is incomplete still to play off as a head and shoulders if it wants to bounce up like this. And then if it plays down, it almost makes more sense, because then you've got, a consolidated top. But the other response here is it would reverse and come up here at the drop point. We haven't had any real big kickback since this drop, so we haven't had a prototypical retest yet of this drop point. So that's another thing that can play into the fact we could move up first before coming down, if we're going to eventually come down here, which we are. We're going to have a big crash eventually. But they're still indicating that we, there's little bull flags that have been formed in the more recent part of the patterns, which if you look at the overall pattern for Ethereum, it looks to me like we're in an M-topping reversal. But in M-topping reversals like this, now that we're breaking levels, you very rarely go multiple levels without a retest. So now it almost feels like maybe we could do something like this if we're going to come down. Or we continue on and then we just come down to the next level and then it starts to become one of these. All right, and this is what we're going to have to watch for, because before you know it, you can get yourself in trouble when it's like that. So that's what we're looking at. The 4 hourly, technically we've come across, we broke out. Let's just say, like I showed you guys before, this is a cup and handle. We broke out and now we're building the cup. Isn't this a perfectly reasonable spot to build it and then break up to see if it's going to be up or down to finish the cup? It feels like this is what would have to happen here. But I could be wrong. It could just break. Well, I'm not going to be wrong, but I'm saying that's 50% chance right there. The other option is what we've talked about, and it can crash. So we have to be very careful. And now I want to go over Matic real quick. I know I talked a lot about Ethereum, but that's what's running these. Or I mean Litecoin. Oh no, we talked about Litecoin. I want to talk about Matic, then I'm going to let you guys go. So Matic is running, and this is the thing, they're all running exactly like Ethereum. The thing is like it could be putting in a sneaky diamond bottom here, like an apple in the diamond bottom where it would pull out. But we have to pay attention though, because until this pulls out, you know, or breaks here, it's still technically bullish. That's why this area is dangerous if you're not in it yet and you're buying it, because there is a 50-50 chance it breaks this and comes down here before it can bounce. Now, the last one I want to show you guys, because we've been talking about it, is XDC's at 5408. And it's had a bull flag put in. It's a little different than some of these other ones when you look at the RSI and stochastic. Whoops. Did I take my stochastic and RSI off? Oh, duh. Stochastic and RSI is looking a little bit different. We're breaking out right now here. And even if we fail, we'll probably come up here first. But this has had a pretty substantial fall, and it's out ahead of the market. Right now, this is already finished. I'm topping reversal. Right? And it came back to the uptrend like it's supposed to. So technically, XDC is a lot more bullish than the other ones we're looking at because of where it's at on the RSI and stochastic. It's almost like it's behind. And all it needs is a little boost. So this is a very interesting one. If it falls down, you have your targeted drop to about right here. 5.03 cents. Or 0.053. But we're putting in a W reversal on the stochastic and RSI in the 4-hourly. I do have a 3x on this. It's a USDT pair on KuCoin to XDC, and I bought it at, as you guys know, I came on yesterday, and we've been talking in the Telegram why it's important to have the Telegram for $9.99 a month. We do our swing trading, but you guys can talk to me whenever you want. We bought it yesterday on this 4-hour candle right here, and I got in at 5338. It came up here, and this morning I sold it at like 536, not expecting to buy back in. And then Bitcoin had a nice little pump, and this started pulling back down, and it was like 5. The point is I sold 42,000 and I got 43,000 something back. But it's on a 3x. You don't get liquidated, but it's 3x, you know, up and down price action. So it's like I have 129,000 shares at 0.53. I don't know. I just know I had 43,000 shares, and it was before this breakout happened. And it's awesome because I had it going across all my telegrams. So 533, 534 area. So we're looking at this bull flag, and hopefully this can play out in longer time frames. But you can see it in the 1 hour. It's completed its, you know, push up. So that's why it's important to get up before these little push ups. And it's only a few percent, but now you can let it work. And we're establishing that we've respected this uptrend right now. And in the stochastic and RSI, looking a lot better on XDC.